Good morning. It looks like it reconnected here. It is 60 Seconds to Serenity with me, Gregg Hammond. Good Monday morning to you. Today is Monday, November 20th, 2017, and I am here to bring you fantastic tools for your mindset to make sure that you can shift into serenity at all different times. Excuse me, at all different times of the day. So, with your 60 seconds to serenity, good news. Your life just got a whole lot easier. If you use these tools here that I'm sharing, 60 seconds to serenity, your day and your life will be a whole lot better. The idea of the 60 seconds to serenity is to take just 1 minute to focus on your breathing, and that's all you need, just 1 minute, sitting, standing, walking. Best to start it when you're sitting and you're focusing on your breath coming in and then out, and that's replicating those waves coming in on a nice tropical sandy beach in the Caribbean. The breathing in and breathing out, focused breath, because we're breathing all the time, but a lot of times when we're doing it, it's just sort of the repetition of something our body has been doing, right? You don't really even think about that. You're focused on all the other things. You're using your senses for other things to pay attention, and we sort of forget that we're breathing all the time. But you want to use your breath as a focused breath, long, calm breaths, and thinking about that very tranquil beach. We might even post some pictures in this actual video here of that serene beach, a hammock with a beautiful view of the water on a perfect temperature, and you pair this breathing technique with the other tools that I've been sharing about your mindset and your focus, and thinking of things that you're grateful for, and about moments and experiences that make you very, very happy, and you use that as your go-to target memory in your thought. And as you're breathing and you're thinking these thoughts, you keep smiling. And science shows that as you smile and move muscles like that, that a whole thing shifts in your mind. Physically, we respond to what's going on. So, and then we tie in affirmations such as, I am healthy, I am happy, I am helpful. And I added in there, I live in paradise, because there was the option for these hibiscus flowers and a few other things in this the frame here for the live video. And I put in, I live in paradise, and I have lived in places where these flowers have grown, and people can say, oh man, that's paradise, or you lived in paradise, or say to somebody who lives in a place like that, wow, you live in paradise. And really, one of the goals in your life could be just to take the mindset using the 60 seconds to serenity and bring yourself to where you are living in paradise wherever you go. So regardless of where you are, you can think about, like, I'm in paradise because of the miracle of your whole opportunity in life, your body, an amazing computer and machine in that respect of this, but it's organic, right? Breathing, blood moving, and the ability to think, the ability to use your imagination to bring a picture into your mind of something. And with the 60 seconds to serenity tools, we're focusing on being able to shift to a place that we respond to things instead of reacting. And It's an interesting thing. Like, what does that entail? You know, the idea that we've been working on, that I've been sharing here, is just that with the breath and the affirmations and the thoughts, that you're locking in on feeling good and the vibration, right? The vibration that you're in, meaning that you're in a positive and happy vibration compared to an angry or sad or depressed or frustrated vibration. And there's a difference, and you can see that in body language of people walking down the street. And outside sources can feed in and cause that. And then the other, but most powerful part, is to do that yourself. And so a series of affirmations like this is just a card where I wanted to write some down so you could check it out, right? I wrote it out the other day. And I added, I live in paradise. I live in paradise. Right here. Wherever I go, I am in paradise. So the respond and react, right? The other day, I came out to my car. I was over on the other side of town, helping my sister Jennifer with her radio show for the veterans. They were recording a show to broadcast on Veterans Day. And we were talking about ways to help all these programs that are out there to help veterans get through stress, right? And so important. And I kind of knew that the place that the meter that I parked in, limited. So I went out and I saw this in my car. And it's probably similar in about every city, but when you see this on your car, it usually means that you've received a violation, right? Which means that you now have a fine to pay, or a lot of work, right? My reaction is, congratulations to me, I have gotten a ticket. I have gotten a ticket. Yes, I've gotten a ticket. Because the way that life works when you're really paying attention and focusing that kind of energy is that if I got this, that means that the money will come, and not out of what I have right now, but that it will manifest, that more is coming. And this is a sign that more is coming, and that this is opening up something that if I'm paying attention, this beautiful new opportunity somewhere is opening up. And I like to put this in my pocket. This one was for the expired meter. The official violation is expire of multi-space meter permit. Sounds so official. Yeah, the meter ran out. And so, ta-da! I've got this it's a kind of a, nice pink ticket. And the other side has all that information there, right? Congratulations to me for getting this, hooray. And then I stick this in my pocket, right? And take it around, and I'll say, hey, check it out, look what I got. And people's reaction are like, oh. And I'll say, hey, you want to buy it? And they look at me like, what do you mean? I said, well, this one says it's worth $50, and I'm willing to sell it for $20. And yeah, nobody's bought this. Nobody's bought one yet. But it's just the idea of, like, lighthearted approach, but also really the thought that if I've gotten this, that means more is coming. And I used to not, I didn't do it like that before. I used to, so many thoughts went through my head when I about how this was unjust, or that it's not fair, and that all these people are out to do this to me, these tickets, right? And why? When I shifted the way that I looked at it and thought, oh, right, this means good things are happening. It's rare that I get these anymore, so I hold on to it. And it does immediately, through a couple of unexpected sources, some funding came in, and it's nothing. It's it's the mindset, and it is the power of the 60 seconds to serenity. And I was like, wow, that's perfect for me to talk about that and that experience for me and for other people, because it's easy to go the other way. And then if you're doing that, you're using all of those higher faculties that you have to shift your energy into a very low vibration, and then what comes in is more of that. And so you want to shift that. One of the great tools I've talked about is this. I have the gratitude notebook, which is fancy, and it says "I'm grateful for" at the top, right? If you look at some of these videos, I've put a link to the PDF for this, and I'll try to put it up there again. Today's list, I put down grocery stores, because it's just what a convenience to go to the grocery store and be able to go there and get things, and so many different things, right? There are places where there's not that opportunity, and so wow, what an amazing thing to just be in that very playful mindset of wow, the grocery store has so many things, instead of focusing on things like this person is holding up the line, or this aisle is blocked because people are in it. You can focus on those things, but if you're focusing like, wow, look at the abundance of products and things available for me to choose from in this store that's just here, wow, that's like amazing, right? Falling leaves and changing trees, the process of trees shifting, the leaves changing, that's on my gratitude list. Washing machine and for laundry, I love it. I can put my clothes in there and do different types of loads of laundry. That's just a fantastic thing. Dishwasher, put all the dishes in there and wash them. That's a really cool thing. And vacuum cleaner. For me, I love vacuuming. I have a couple vacuums, and I enjoy doing that. Trash bags. That's just a thought. Trash bags. What a cool concept to be able to use a trash liner inside of something to hold the things that you don't want anymore, and contain them all in the same place, and then tie it up, put it somewhere for somebody to take. And the same thing with a bin for the recycling. You know, then somebody comes and takes it away. What a cool thing! The liners, you can put in a new one, and that's just an interesting concept. And overlooked. It's one of those small things. When you're looking at all these smaller things, you start to notice more smaller things, and really you can see the miracle in every part of your day and every part of your environment. The ability to do this, to be able to get on and share in the morning is an amazing thing, and it's on my gratitude list for other days. Bird song, that's something that I really appreciate, and I'm grateful for. You can hear birds having a song that they're singing, right? Some of them are in chatter. If you have studied anything about bird song, you'll know that there's a language, and the birds are communicating, and that is a pretty cool mystery. So I have bird song on here just so I can think about that. Abundance of great books. In this part of my guitar castle here, in this part of the studio, this is the Global Jam for Peace studio area, also where the Hammond Happy Hour is filmed. I have a library over here on these bookshelves, and you know, this is a small collection of very good books that are here. And you've probably seen, if you've seen some videos that I do when I do the guitar lessons, you've probably seen that I have a couple of other library areas. I love to have an abundance of great books, and I love sharing books. My bicycle is something that I love, just having two wheels and the way to pedal it around, because it gets me from place to place. I just love it. I like on the bicycle, I like the fact of wheels, that, you know, somebody has perfected that, and they go on to so many different things. And then United States Postal Service, that was the last thing on my list. So I run through this list quickly, right? Grocery stores, falling leaves and the changing of trees, right? Washing machine for the laundry, a dishwasher for the dishes, vacuum cleaners, trash bags, bird song, abundance of great books, a bicycle, my bicycle and wheels, and the United States Postal Service. Things that, as I'm thinking of my gratitude for those things, my vibration gets better and better, and I'm focusing on those things. And so the exercise of, like, I might get through 7 and say, oh, is there anything I have not been grateful for or not put on my list that I can see in my environment around me? And so that way I'm observing my environment and I'm adding something new. I'm going to stick on health and wellness of the body in addition to the mind, right? I'm going to talk about putting good stuff in. I like to add a little bit of lemon juice into water. Sometimes before I go to sleep, I do a little bit of that. Sometimes in the morning. But I also, throughout my day, I love these shots, which have it's lemon, the lemon juice. It's the juice of ginger. It's the coconut water for a carrier to, for those very strong, potent elements to go in there, and then cayenne pepper, a little bit. So, and this thing, it's like it's a energy shot. It's well balanced out. Another one is this wellness blast I do. It's called Cherry Poppins, and it has pineapple, it has turmeric, it has ginger, it has a little bit of lemon, and it's very strong, so it has a burst of vibrance to it. So all of those things are, and all of these things, the gratitude and the focus on seeing things from a different perspective, and using the breathing, slow, calm, gentle breath in and out, and smiling. All of these tools are to get you into a place of continually having the blissful mindset, right? Just feeling, wow. And these tools, and the 60 seconds to serenity is really good. This was an example of something happening in my environment for me experiencing that. Another thing is on social media, there are discussions that get heated, and it's interesting to see. I did a bit of a podcast on discussion on that in some detail, and I'm just going to share a small summary of that. But I saw this a post go up, it's a little paragraph about somebody's dislike, stronger than dislike, of a particular celebrity and something they said, and they went on to name all the parts of that person's character that they didn't like, and it was, not a super long rant, but it was enough of a paragraph that they clearly pointed out all of these elements of what they didn't like. And then that was the seed, and it birthed and began nurturing and growing a garden of other people who felt the same way, and then people who had the opposite opinion. And instead of it being a debate and a discussion where you could interpret what somebody was saying, it was because it was typed there. People it just was you've seen it. So what was the seed that was planted then began to grow, and it just became a ton of that. And what an enormous thing it turned into. And you've seen that before, where people are saying, typing in stuff that's just a little bit mind-blowing, that people want to focus there in that energy. But all of our surroundings continually put that in to our environment, right? The television and movies and news, radio, advertising. You get this all the time, and it ties into a topic that I won't even get into here, but I want to address why we see the things that we see that are shocking in our society, and how that's growing, and why that's been occurring the way it's been occurring. But for right now, this is the 60 Seconds to Serenity, so I'm not even going to tie into that. I am going to talk about Global Jam for Peace, the power of music, the power of your mindset, the power of your 60 Seconds to Serenity tool. If you would like to have one of these stickers or one of these refrigerator magnets, send me your information of where you'd like me to mail it to. I have a couple of, I'm very happy and grateful to say that I have a couple of sponsors who have sent in enough funding for me to buy a ton of stamps and to mail these to everybody. Not to mention that we have these, right? So, and I know a lot of people like to help out, and they don't want to, necessarily be presented or called out. So I don't. I just say thank you. It is the big and powerful statement of thank you, of a gratitude, right? Gratitude list, but in gratitude list, this thing contained all these different things. And a lot of times I put people on there, and sometimes my whole gratitude list is just people. It's just all the different people, and it's interesting because as you do an exercise of gratitude for people, write down 10 people. Most of the time, it's pretty simple to get those 10 people down, and it grows. That grows into 10 more people or a few other people. The whole thing we're doing for this 60 Seconds to Serenity is because of the power of the serenity and the calmness of mind, because that is your superpower. So I'm helping you develop the superpower of calmness of mind to be able to respond to something like a $50 parking ticket in a calmness of mind, and respond in a way that puts out this beautiful vibration and brings more of that to you. And these are things that I've learned from lots of teachers who share similar things, but I didn't understand it. The idea of doing all of this, I didn't understand the way it worked. And the idea of doing this is to give this back as a way of saying thank you, my gratitude, to share this with people who might see this through Facebook, because this is a Facebook Live, and or share it through another group. And so there are a couple of groups. You saw those Global Jam for Peace stickers. If you don't know what the Global Jam for Peace is, you see it all over. It's on my hat, it's in my hand, it's on the wall, it's everywhere. Find Global Jam for Peace. Look it up on the web, and also look it up on Facebook. We have the Facebook group Global Jam for the number 4 Peace Ambassadors, and we have the Global Jam for Peace page. We have a page and we have a group. The group is where it's community, and I like mentioning the Positive People Army community. It's a community group. This one is on Facebook, and check that out. Heidi is running that, and she's doing a great job bringing tons of people who are focused on positive things. That's what you want, instead of your television and a ton of Netflix movies that are featuring all this non-positive things, right? So the Serenity chapter out of James Allen's As a Man Thinketh, and that first opening paragraph I love. It says, calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. It is a result of long and patient effort and self-control. And that's where your breath to serenity, 60 seconds to serenity breath, teamed with the things that you're grateful for and your memories of amazing things, those all come together, right? That's an effort in self-control, responding instead of reacting. And its presence is an indication of ripened experience and of a more than ordinary knowledge of the laws and operations of thought. That's so well put there. If you understand the operations of thought, you would stop thinking negative things, and you would also shut off anything that's going to bring that at your mind, right? Into your mind. You want to fill it with all of this. Nobody teaches you that in school. When I was growing up, nobody taught me that. I discovered some of it, and I read some of it in other books, and then I began seeking teachers who could explain that, because what I wanted was I wanted to feel educated. I wanted to feel enlightened, and I wanted to be able to shift my mindset and myself. And I didn't quite understand. I mean, I kept experiencing things, and I was thinking that like I was becoming better at a situation, and what I did not realize is that it was here, and that I needed to focus on, just like you train for anything as a teacher of different things like wilderness survival. Those skills are really important. You have to repeat it over and over. You don't get good at rubbing sticks together and making a fire or building a shelter that keeps out water, bugs, critters, air, all of the different things that you don't want inside of your shelter. It's repetition of doing it over and over and over. And so using these tools and repeating stuff over and over and over is how you become better and stronger. So remember the news flash that we had. This is the news flash for all of these 60 seconds to serenity. Is good news. Your life just got a whole lot easier, because if you start using these tools, it just does. Your life becomes easier because you know how to respond. Oh, and the thing that, the last thing. Today was a Monday that I wanted to put in a little bit extra because it's the start of the week, and it's really important. As a lot of people begin their week and have a week filled of navigating a lot of things going on in their situation. Like I'm learning to navigate when I reverse the camera so that I can see, so that everybody can see the words and read them. Everything is the opposite direction, and that is training my mind to now respond in a different way, which is excellent for me as a musician playing instruments, because I have to use my hands and play things in unique ways. When the hands move and turn different ways, they're a little bit unnatural, especially for stringed instruments. But here's the non-dominant hand exercise. It's for, I did today's where I wrote out non-dominant hand, and I did it with my non-dominant hand. I wrote out my name. I wrote the day, the month, the day on the calendar, the number on the calendar, the year, and then I put the time for sunrise and sunset. And I recommend that you do that at least once a day, maybe twice. And remember to bring on the bliss through using all of this series of 60 seconds to serenity tools. The idea is that you use these and get them into a 60-second window of time when you're able to shift through whatever situation it might be and come out with a response that is in a very positive way. Oh, and chimes for today. 3 chimes I've got here. So keep smiling. Remember, you have the power within you to exercise all of this and become better. Become better at responding all day long with your 60 seconds to serenity. Have a fantastic rest of your Monday. I'll be back tomorrow morning, and we'll be here for you. Feel free to share this with anybody that you think should get this information and start doing these exercises. Try to tune in when I'm doing it live. If you have something that was that you found very important, in today's message, in today's 60 Seconds to Serenity video, please leave a comment there in the comments. Leave a comment about what you found helpful about today's message. And thank you very much for being here. I will see you tomorrow.